Molly Stillman with rAVe Publications.
And Lisa Sullivan with Fonville Morrissey Realty.
And we are still at the Sienna Hotel, but we are having an awesome time because this place is seriously, like, check out. I mean, this place is like so nice.
Here, let me be Vanna.
Like, is this something really fancy?
Yeah.
I don't have these things in my home.
Yeah, exactly.
So I come to these nice places and I check them out. So
that's right. Same here. Same here. This is beautiful.
Anyway, so we have this special edition of the, I guess
this is bonus track.
Bonus track. Yeah, this is the bonus track to the top 5 ways to get started in social media. And this is some of our pet peeves. Now, we are very positive people, as you can tell, but you know, sometimes stuff just gets on our nerves. So I figured that if you're getting started in social media, you might want to know about some of the pet peeves so that you don't do these things.
And we have four
pet peeves. So I'm going to let Lisa start off with number 1. Okay. Now, this is something I have talked about in previous videos, automation. But I figured that if you also heard it from Lisa, that maybe it would really hone in the point.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm all about ease and time management and using various tools to help you pull all that together. I'm all for that. However, if you're consistently automating the exact same message across all platforms every single time you update, you're going to lose audience.
Yep.
You're going to lose audience. People are not going to share what you're talking about. And honestly, not everybody in every platform is talked to the same way or listened to the same way. You have to sometimes change it up. So I'm a big fan of, if you're going to use automation, make it for a purpose, like a blog post. If you're releasing a brand new blog post, you know, put it in verbiage that makes sense across all platforms and automate from that perspective. You know, have it go off at 10 o'clock in the morning and have it go across all platforms. That's fine. But if you're going to be at a conference and you're live tweeting at a conference and you have your tweet set up to go to your Facebook page or your Facebook profile and your LinkedIn account all at the same time, please don't do that from a conference. Not everybody on Facebook and everybody on LinkedIn wants to see every single tweet that you have from the conference. Maybe tweet once, hey, I'm going to be at a conference today, I'm live tweeting, follow my Twitter stream, you know, and then go from there. But you don't need to automate every single time that you're putting out content. You're going to lose people, folks. Lose them.
Yeah, you're going to lose them.
Gone.
No
Bye-bye.
more automation. Unless it's, like, again, because at rAVe, for example, we automate a lot of the posting of our news, but if it's something throughout the day, like, we are engaging, and we are also constantly monitoring. So even if you are automating, make sure you're monitoring, so if somebody has a question, that you can answer. So that's a really, really important point.
Yep, definitely. Go back and make sure that you have checked, you know, if it's a question or an @reply on Twitter or a comment to your blog post, you know, reach out to that person. Hey, thanks for reading. I really appreciate it. And, you know, you brought up another good point. I might have to write a blog post about that or something. Just say something.
Exactly. You know. All right. So our next pet peeve is social media is not an advertisement. Can you advertise? Can you literally like buy an ad in social media realms? Yes. But is the act of social media an advertisement? No. Like, for example, real quick, with the Facebook timeline, the cover photo is not meant to be an ad. It's meant to tell your story. It's meant to be an engaging photo that really represents your business and your brand. And I've talked about this in previous videos as well. So just don't use social media as a way to just straight sell your products, because guess what? You're not going to sell anything. But if you're talking about your business and you're talking about your brand, and in the process, you know, showing people in your communities what you do, and if they can purchase that thing or whatever, then great, but it is not an advertisement.
And you know, from a real estate perspective, a lot of times our agents want to add their listings to their social media platforms, and I'm okay with that. I am. But don't put it in the same verbiage that you would for an ad. For instance, I'm a big fan of, look at a particular item in the home or a room in the home or maybe some landscaping that they've done, and talk that up, and then, you know, put the listing out there and a link to listing. Hey, to see more about this particular listing, here's the link.
Make it personal.
Exactly. That's the key.
Make it personal.
Make it personal, because you're connecting with social media. It means social, and you're using tools, media. To connect with people. So if you want an advertisement, buy one in the newspaper, buy one on a radio, buy one on television, buy one on a television or a newspaper or a radio website. You know, you can still do that, and we're not saying not to. But what we are saying is be social, because it is social media.
Social media. All right, and then this one, real quick. I have talked about this a gazillion times, but again, I felt like I needed to really hone it in, is it's not about the numbers. It's not 2009. It is not about the numbers. It is about the quality of the people in your digital media communities. If you're a small real estate agency in Chapel Hill, you don't need to have 700,000 followers on Twitter who are living in Belgium because they do you no good here.
Exactly.
Unless they're moving to Chapel Hill, you're probably not going to really get anything out of those people.
I think the biggest thing really is that going back to the quality of followers or friends or fans or connectors, but also the quality of content. The bottom line is you want people to share what it is that you're putting out there. So if you're putting something that's valuable and they're sharing it, and you're seeing the folks that are consistently sharing it, that's quality connections right there. Yeah. Because eventually you just want them to advocate for what it is that you do.
Exactly.
For your product or service, whatever it is.
Quality.
Quality.
And our last one, LinkedIn.
It has to do with numbers again. So we went from numbers to, let's talk about LinkedIn for a second. Because she and I have seen consistently that LinkedIn, people are asking for connections basically for the number. There's not even a profile picture. There's not even a personal message that says, hey, I met you at such and such and I'd like to add you as my connection. Yeah. Or we're part of the same group and I know you have some thoughts on X, I'd like to add you as my connection. No, instead it's always the standard, I'd like to add you.
As a connection.
As a connection.
And it's like, that's not what LinkedIn's about. Now, I have talked about this before, that I personally have never been the biggest fan of LinkedIn. I definitely see the value in it. I definitely agree that there are certain people that need to be in the LinkedIn space. But remember that thing where we talked about not everybody needs to be in every space? Right. LinkedIn hasn't always been my favorite space for me to be in because it's not necessarily where my personality shines, and that's like what
choose.
That's what I choose to do. I choose to let my personality shine. But what drives me crazy is that when people are using LinkedIn and just like trying to gain as many connections as possible when they don't know anybody.
Exactly. And LinkedIn too, I mean, you are really sharing your professional side, big time. You're sharing your resume of qualifications. You're sharing the recommendations that people have recommended you for, whether it's for a job that you've done, a volunteer opportunity that you've taken part in, and they've thanked you for volunteering. You know, you get recommendations for just about anything, and people are truly taking that to that personal level. So even though it's a professional space, and you do want to connect with as many people as possible, you still have to bring that personal side in. And if you're sharing your recommendations in every place you've ever worked and all that stuff, you can't do that with somebody that you don't know. You know,
it doesn't help you in the end.
That's our opinion. I mean, you can also put LinkedIn to have it be public. You can make everything public if you want to, and that's fine. But again, I don't want to connect with you if I don't understand how I can help you or how you can help me. I mean, that's really the bottom line. So maybe instead of just the, hi, I'd like to add you to my connections, why don't you put in there a little something about how you know the person, and say, I'd like to know how I can help you. Or how can I, whatever happened to that old phrase. Hi, how can I help you?
How can I help you?
I don't care if you're a waitress or you're on LinkedIn. Hi,
how can I help you?
How can I help you?
How can I help you?
Exactly.
So those were our social media pet peeves. If you're new to the social media space after following our 5 tips, then here are some things to not do. So,
exactly.
And if you are already involved in the space and you find yourself doing some of these things, stop.
Please, because we don't want to have another revisit this in 6 months or 3 months sometimes. But, you know, just if you need help, come to us.
Ask us questions.
Or there are resources out there. We're happy to send them to you.
So many.
Really, you know, get in the space. Do get there.
Get there.
Do get there.
But
there are ways to do it correctly. So that you can be successful.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much, Lisa, for
thanks for having me.
Yeah, so much fun.
Appreciate it.
So again, you can follow in Sienna Hotel. Beautiful. Beautiful place. It's so nice.
So pretty.
The comfy pillows.
Yes.
So anyway, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.
See you online too.
Bye.
Bye.